bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With news of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. Israeli ministers this week are frustrated with the government's lax COVID-19 response as new cases of the Omicron variant erupt across the Jewish state. At the weekly cabinet meeting, Social Affairs and Social Services Minister Mir Cohen said, "The public doesn't trust us and there is a lot of confusion. On the one hand, we allow large gatherings in sporting events while not allowing gatherings in other places, and it is confusing the public." Economy Minister Orna Barbevi said the current public sentiment is that the government has given up the battle against the COVID pandemic, then took aim at Finance Minister Avigdor Lieberman's refusal to dole out aid to businesses and workers harmed by health control measures, saying it causes a lot of pressure on the public. Egyptian-Palestinian anti-Israel activist Rami Sha'af was released over the weekend after almost 2.5 years in detention in Egypt and headed to France, where he joined his wife. Sha'af, 48, was a figure of the 2011 uprising in Egypt and the coordinator of the country's chapter of the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement against Israel. His family said they were relieved and overjoyed at his release after 900 days of arbitrary detention by the Egyptians, although we regret that they forced Rami to renounce his Egyptian citizenship. Former government minister Yuval Steinitz says Israel is on the verge of a catastrophe as COVID-19 infections rise and is taking an insane gamble with the lives of children by not implementing stricter health control measures. The former energy minister said in an interview, "I disagree with health ministry's experts, whom I believe are towing the line for the ministers. This government has given up the fight and has opted for mass contagion model based on dangerous misconceptions." And just since the beginning of January, more than 114,000 Israelis have tested positive for coronavirus. 10,200 positive tests were returned in a 24-hour period over the weekend, putting the contagion rate at 12.8%. That's the highest since September of 2020. I'm Susan Michaels.
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.